So I don't know where you're at in terms of if you grabbed fresh graph paper or not. I'm going to drag more out too. You need 2 graphs for today. So you need out a piece of graph paper and your supplemental note sheet for today. So, on your supplemental note sheet from the notes from Monday, and think what day it was, from Monday. When we're graphing an ellipse, the first thing that we need to locate or identify is the center. We got to find the center. And that, remember, is h comma k. Okay. Then we're going to look at a squared, which is our number underneath the x term. We're going to take the square root of that. That tells us how far left and how far right we go from that center. Okay. Then we look at the b squared term, which is the number underneath the y term. We go left and right, the square root of b squared. So left, or excuse me, I said left and right. I apologize. We go up and down b from the center. I get it. That's it. We're only going to do 2 examples today. Okay. Then we can draw it in because we have the framework of our ellipse. Vertices. Where are the vertices located on an ellipse? Ends of the major axes, and how do we know that it's the major axis? Longer one, right? Okay. So really, you can tell right away when you look at the problem if it's going to be longer vertically or longer horizontally based off of your 2 fractions. So whichever number is bigger, that's going to give you, so that's endpoints major. And then last, we find the foci. How do I find the foci? That's the c squared one. Yep, give it to me. And c is the distance to the foci from the center. Okay. Okay. Now, in terms of information that I am going to ask you on each problem, I'm going to ask you for the center, I'm going to ask you for the 2 vertices, and I'm going to ask you for the 2 foci. So those will be, if it's an ellipse problem, those will be the 5 things that I ask for. 1 center, 2 vertices, 2 foci. On a circle, I'm only going to ask you for center and radius. On a parabola, I'm going to ask you for vertex, focus, directrix, axis of symmetry, those for sure. Okay? All right? Kind of what we've been doing. All right? So that was all Monday. Let's get into one today. Actually, before I start, what if, and this isn't, I don't think I did one on the next one either. Nope, I didn't. So what if, I gotta get to it, what if it looks like this? No, it's 1. Yep. If it looks like that, then you would, like in your brain, think about it looking like that. 1. Because we can't divide by 0. Okay? So that would be that case. But that's not the case for this one. I want it that way. Okay? Okay? So let's follow our steps, and then let's list out our key points. Okay? So step number 1 said what? Find the center. Where on this particular ellipse is my center. Negative 2 comma 0, do we all agree with negative 2 comma 0? So I just put a little C on my graph for my center. Love it. Step 2. What's our A value? A value. A value is just 6. A squared is 36. So that means from that point, I'm going to go left 6, 2, 4, and 6. Right 6, 2, 4, and 6. I'm going to put dots in. Step 3 was my B value. My B value is 9. Which means I'm going to go up 9. Oh man, why did I make it so big? Algebra 3 problems. 2, 4, 6. Oh man, I gotta go even farther down. Oh man. I gotta shrink my graph. So well, we'll fix it now. We'll be able to do it. We'll be fine. Okay, so now I can do what? Step 4 says, draw it in. Now, just like circles, it's not a diamond. You know what I mean? I finally got your test corrected. I'll get those back here momentarily. For your quizzes from last week. Some people are really good at drawing circles. Some people, like me, not so much. Okay, so we drew it in. Love it. Where are my vertices? Negative 2 comma negative 9. Positive 9, yep. Okay, so we could go negative 2 comma 9 and negative 2 comma negative 9, or I would also accept here I would accept that because they're the same. If they're different, then no. Okay? With me so far. Love it. Okay? So then that only leaves us with step number 6. Step number 6 says we need to figure out C squared as the absolute value of A squared minus B squared. 36 minus 81. 45? 45. So C squared, and the absolute, well, it's negative 45, right? Absolute value would be positive 45. Okay. So then my C value is what? Do I like the square root of 45? No, what do I like instead? Nope. It is in between 6 and 7, though, when we go to the graph. Yes. But what do I like instead of the square root of 45? They don't like it. Nope. Can the square root of 45 be simplified? 3 square roots of 5. Because 45 is 9 times 5. Square root of 9 is 3, so it's 3 square roots of 5. That, from last week's quiz, one of your radiuses of one of the circles was a radical that could be simplified. And that bit a lot of you in the buttocks. Because I said, when you give it to me, you've got to give it to me in simplified radical form. And some people forgot that part. Okay? So, major axes is vertical or horizontal? It's vertical, so that means I'm going to add and subtract from the y part. Now, really, it should be 0 plus or minus 3 square roots of 5. But 0 plus anything is still whatever that is. On the graph, Kiana told me it was in between 6 and 7, right? Closer to 6 or closer to 7, Kiana? 7, because 45 is closer to 49. So 8, 7, 6. So focus would be there, and 2, 4, 6. Focus would be there. Questions, comments, concerns, clarifications? Good times. You now try that one. What do you got? -2, -1. Okay. What's my A value? Square root of 5. What? 2 root 5? Which is what, about 4.5-ish? It's kind of halfway in between. So that's going to go left and right. 2, 4, there. 2, 4, there. Okay. What is my B value? 2. That's up and down 2. Much more manageable that one for me up here. This one. I don't know what I was thinking. Love it. Vertices. Nope. So, from my center, is it the major axis horizontal or vertical? It's horizontal. So that means I would add and subtract A to my center, right? To get it. So that would be -2 plus or minus 2 square roots of 5, comma, -1. Because my major axis is horizontal, so my vertices are at the end of that. So this one I intentionally did it this way. So far up to now on all 4 of them that you graph, your A has been a nice number. Okay, it's been like 7. Last one it was 6, and so on and so forth. Okay, now it's not a nice number. Now that's where my radical lies. So that could possibly happen. Okay. Then I just need my foci. So C squared is A squared minus B squared. So C squared then is going to be 20 minus 4. 20 minus 4 is 16. So C squared is 16. So C is 4. again, it's horizontal. So my foci would be at -2 plus 4. Well, that's going to be at 2, comma 1. And -2 minus 4, that would be -6, comma negative. Questions on that? That's really all I have today. I'll come over in a minute. Okay. So you can utilize the rest of this time to work on the front side of your, what color is it? Purple homework this week.